Well, there's the grid then for the senior final. Lamberell, Mavlinoff, row 1. Brown, Nutley and Besler, row 2. Renadan and Donnelly, row 3. McCarthy and Van Paris, row 4. Then it's Jerry Spring and Van Berlo. De Puch is on his own. No Renus Van Camp through in this one. Then it's Skelton and White. Biden, Deek and Williamson. Missimilli and Stapinski. Backman was next along, who we spoke to on the grid. Then we've got Ido Cohen, Antoine Andier, Oliver Rasmussen, and Roman Jalou, Felix Kotick, and Jan Bouvier. It's going to be a 16-lap race. That's camera is the view at from turn 5. So you can see the exit of turn 4, and then the run down to turn 5. So drivers just heading across the line then, and this the second formation lap before we go racing. So you can see all the drivers there filtering through turn number 5, and 16 lap race ahead of us to conclude the weekend in terms of racing in seniors. We still have the DD2 final to come, but this is the last race of the season for the seniors, and a close battle for second in the championship, which is currently being led by Glenn Van Paris. So we'll see if he can see that through to the end. But it's Lamberell and Mavlinoff, row 1. Brown, Nutley and Besler, row 2. Renadan and Donnelly, row 3. McCarthy and Van Paris. Then it's Dre Spring and Kai Van Berlo on row 5. Lars Lamberell really slowing the pace down, and all the drivers don't want to get in formation just yet, because European tracks offline is not a place you want to be. So that's something you always see. Drivers leave it till the last opportunity, the final opportunity to actually get into formation. And well, here we go then for 16 laps racing. Lamberell's going to be to the inside, and to the left your picture. Mavlinoff to the outside. Do we get away first time? Yes, we do. And Mavlinoff trying to go all the way around the outside at turn 1. Lamberell's managed to hold on to the lead. So third place is Brown, Nutley already. Oh no, there's been an incident around 5th or 6th place. 4 or 5 drivers caught up. One of them was Christopher Drayspring, I'm afraid. I think Jack McCarthy was another one. And I can't quite see who the other 2 are, but McCarthy gets going again, as does Drayspring. And that's a real shame. I think we had one of the Coles racing drivers maybe, and one of the Dan Holland racing drivers caught up. But the top 4 are away. You can see them in your picture, and a change for third. Renadan trying to go up the inside of Brown Nutley, so no change for third in the end, but there almost was, as they now head towards the last couple of corners of the first lap. I think it is Mavlinoff in second. Brown Nutley is third. Fourth is Adrian Renadan. Is that Joel De Puch in 5th place? If it is, that would be an absolutely fantastic start, and I think Josh Skelton might be in 6th. Well, here we go then. It's Lamberell, Mavlinoff, Brown Nutley, Renadan, De Puch, Skelton and Donnelly, and change for second. Brown Nutley up the inside of Mavlinoff, but didn't quite make the move stick. Renadan's gone through to 2nd place, and Brown Nutley now drops to 5th. So who's that coming through to 3rd point? Well, it's Mavlinoff then 3rd. 4th is Joel De Puch. Joel De Puch has already gained 6 positions. He's now gained 7. As at the moment then a comfortable lead for Lamberell. Well, Brown Nutley said he wanted to work with his teammate. There was another position change there that you just saw. That was Mavlinoff losing a place to Joel De Puch, but Brown Nutley wanted to go into 2nd there, because on the grid he told us, I want to work with my teammate here and we want to push away together. At the moment it's not worked for him, but he's going to go through to 3rd. There he goes up the inside of Joel De Puch. So Brown Nutley through to 3rd place. This really bunching things up now. Skelton is right there. Donnelly's there. Jessica Backman is there. Jessica Backman has already gained 11 positions. She's in 8th place as Joel DePuch is passed by Dennis Mavlanoff. So Mavlanoff up the inside. And who's that trying to go through as well? That's Gary Donnelly trying to go through. He's up the inside of Josh Skelton at turn 4. Josh Skelton having a good race as well. He's already gained 7 places, but he might lose 3, 4 here because he's left the door open. And oh, well, no, good driving there. He managed to get across to cover off the challenges of Joel DePuch, who's now got Jessica Backman to contend with. Will we see a move? Well, there, an attempted move you saw. That's Backman. That was Backman trying to look up the inside of DePuch. There they are in the middle of your picture. Behind Backman is Jacques Missimili and Burke Besler, all to play for here in the senior final. Now, we'll get to that situation of the championship in a minute, but let's get the gap between the two leaders then. Well, it's 7/10 of a second. Adrian Renadan has set a new fastest lap. Third then is Brown Nutley. He's 1.1 seconds back as Backman goes on the attack. Backman past Joel DePuch then, so Jessica Backman now into 7th place, so she's gained 12 places so far. Immediately ahead of her now is Josh Skelton. She gives the push signal to Joel DePuch as they come down. Will he listen to her? Well, she's not going to give him any choice. She defends down at turn 5. DePuch now seeming like he's going to be in the mood to follow maybe. Will he try another move? Is it on your screens? Yes, it is. Well, that's the battle then. Burke Besler is third in that queue. Then it's Jacques Missimili next along and Kai Van Berlo. Well, a frantic start to the race, but it's calmed down in terms of the lead group. The leaders very spread apart at the moment, but Adrian Renadan is catching the leader, or was. Doesn't quite close it on this lap. New fastest lap has gone to Gary Donnelly. Burke Besler. Oh no, Burke Besler a problem. Burke Besler. Now is that a puncture? Because the cart just, well, got all out of shape, and now he's in the gravel trap and he looks absolutely gutted. Poor Burke Besler. He's come off at turn 2 and unfortunately that's his race done. I have a feeling that could be a puncture, and Burke Besler then out of 9th place, out the race. That moves Jacques Missimili and Kai Van Berlo up into the top 10. Adrian Renadan pushing very hard. There's your leader, Lars Lamberel. There is 2nd place, and there is the battle for 3rd. Where's the next change going to come from? Well, Jessica Backman is catching Josh Skelton here. Will we pick the battle up? That's not the battle. There's the battle then. We picked it up, and Josh Skelton coming under pressure from Jess Backman, who goes up the inside. Backman through then. So that's Jessica Backman through to 6th place. She's now gained 13 places. Skelton drops back to 7th. Joel DePuch is still there in 8th place. And these 3 drivers now really need to work together. DePuch now goes up the inside of Skelton. There's the move then on your screen. So DePuch up to 7th place. Skelton down to 8th place. As the now next on Jessica Backman's list is going to be Gary Donnelly, who did set the fastest lap a few laps ago. The fastest lap now with Dennis Mavlanoff, who is directly ahead of him. What's happening between the 2 leaders though? Well, the gap is coming down. It's only coming down ever so slightly. But Jordan Brown Nutley really would want his teammate to be caught here. As there was Josh Skelton on your screen. Here's the battle for 3rd then. And Dennis Mavlanoff, the number 210, behind Jordan Brown Nutley, the 252. 5th place then is Gary Donnelly, who set a purple 1st and 2nd sector last time round. Didn't set the fastest lap. That went to Adrian Renadan. The gap is down to half a second. And, well, Renadan, could he take a win on home soil here? It would certainly be a popular victory if he could do it. And Adrian Renadan has had a really good season. And could he finish it off with a win at Salbris? Let's see, he's getting a lot closer to Lars Lamberel. He's now within the distance where he'll start picking up a toe. Up towards the last corner for the 7th time then. And the battle for third still close. Bachmann not been able to shake off Joel to put yet. Josh Skelton trying to stay with them. 9th place is Josh White. Then it's Missimilli, Bouvier, Van Berlo, Bidendiek, Roman Jalou. And then it's Zach Fulk, Paul Everard, Kai Van Berlo. And then Williamson is next along. Missimilli has dropped down the order on the last lap. It's another new fastest lap for Adrian Renadan. There's an almighty scrap going on just outside the top 10 actually. You probably won't see it on your screens, but I'll try and keep you updated with what's happening further down the field. The biggest mover so far is Zach Fulk. He's gained 20 places. He's up to 13th. Paul Everard has gained 17 and 14th. And Jan Bouvier has gained 15 in 10th. Of course, Jessica Bachmann moving forward as well. She's gained 13 places. She celebrated her 19th birthday earlier this week. And now she's on for what? So across the line, and look at Adrian Renadan. Look how much closer he is to Lars Lamberel. He's almost with them then. There is the battle for, and there goes Dennis Mavlanoff up the inside of Jordan Brown-Nutley. Mavlanoff goes through to third. Oh, and Brown-Nutley, it could get worse for him as Gary Donnelly now goes through to take 4th place. So Gary Donnelly up to 4th. Brown-Nutley has dropped to 5th. Down towards the 5th corner, the 2 leaders are almost together. Can we see them on the screens? We will in a second. As a move's going on there, I think that was Zach Fulk maybe making another place up down at turn number 5. He's gained 22 places now as the leaders are right together. There they are as they come up to the penultimate corner, up towards the last corner. When is the move going to come from Adrian Renadan? As of yet, he has not been close enough to make it. But here they go then, up towards turn 1. Renadan, a look over the shoulder. There's a good chance it could be on this lap. Up towards turn 2. Watch Renadan. Not this time. Well, I think next time round, Renadan will make that move. If he doesn't somewhere else on this lap. The 2 leaders out of turn 4, down towards turn number 5. Zach Fulk, I can confirm, did make that extra place. He's now gained 22 places. He's in 11th place. But there are the 2 leaders right together then. Renadan, I think, may make the move at turn 2 next time round, which will be in around 4 corners time. This lap number 10, there will be 6 laps to go. We're about 2/3 race distance. As we head up towards the last corner, there's our 2 leaders. Once they start battling, that will allow everyone else to catch up, and we could have a 5-car battle for the lead. Right, well, Renadan had a look over his shoulder there. Here he goes. Watch him go up the inside. Surely, well, that's interesting to see. Renadan then wants to wait till later in the race to make this move. Doesn't want to, well, in a way, I suppose you could say it's clever driving because he knows that Mavlanoff, Donnelly and Brown-Nutley, who are battling, as you can see, Mavlanoff there defending from Gary Donnelly. He knows that if they start battling that they will catch up, so deciding to wait till a little bit later in the race. He's got time. He's got 5 laps, just under that. 4 laps at the when they cross the line next time, so I think we're going to see a little bit. We're going to have to wait just a little bit more to see the battle for the lead actually starts. But Donnelly could take second in the championship with this result because, well, Glenn Van Paris has dropped down the order. I think he may have been caught up in that earlier incident. And all the other drivers, well, Josh White was in the mix. He's 9th. Bachmann was in the mix, Van Kampel was in the mix, but he, of course, didn't even start the race. And looking further back, well, Jordan Brown-Nutley now goes up the inside of Gary Donnelly, or does he know? Going to work with him. Bachmann's getting closer to the pair of them. She's now 1.6 seconds back from Mavlanoff, Donnelly and Brown-Nutley. As our 2 leaders then Well, that's not them. That's fourth and fifth. Donnelly and Brown Nutley in shot. When is Renadan going to make this move? He's making us wait for it, but all of us want to see it happen very, very soon. Renadan then across the start-finish line. There's the battle for third place. Third, fourth and fifth on your screen. Brown Nutley, will he make a move for fourth place? Yes, he will. Up the inside, Brown Nutley goes past Gary Donnelly. So Brown Nutley into fourth place. And I thought the move was going to come from the lead, but it instead came for fourth place. And Brown Nutley then through to fourth place. There's the two leaders once again. So just to update you on the order, you can see it on the left-hand side of the screen. First through to 22nd, it is Lamberell, Renadan, Mavlanoff, Brown Nutley, Donnelly, Backman, DePuch, Skelton, White, Bouvier, Folk, Evrard, Jaloux, McCarthy, Van Berlo, Bidendijk, Missamilli, Stopinski, Drayspring, Williamson, Makacek, Antier, Koshet, Croydon, Leviscont, Cohen, Kotick, Rasmussen. Out the race, unfortunately, Moulin and Besler, and a few more as well. But there's the two leaders. When will Adrian Renadan make this move? Surely he must have a plan in his head. If he was to follow Lars Lamberell all the way to the flag without making an attempt, he will be kicking himself on the way home. He's got a chance to win a race in the Rotax Max Euro Challenge on home soil. Surely he's going to take it. Surely he's going to make the move very, very soon. If he doesn't, Lamberell will start defending and it will become a little bit more difficult to pass. Backman now only 7/10 back from Gary Donnelly. So that's another one we have to keep an eye on as well. There will be 2 laps to go when they cross the line. And the battle for third surely is going to kick off as well. Backman and DePuch hoping they are. Josh White has passed his teammate Josh Skelton, so that's a change for 8th place. But there go the two leaders. Will there be a change? Well, Lamberell now starts defending. The battle for third, as you can see, Mavlanoff defending, as was Brown Nutley. No changes there. It's off the screen at the moment, but I can tell you no change for third. Let's concentrate on the two leaders once again. Renadan's going up the inside, is he? No, well, Renadan had an almighty run down the straight towards turn 5, but he decided not to make the move. And is that his best opportunity gone? He's only going to have just over a lap now to try and make this move. Further back, I think there may have been a change. Well, there hasn't, but as you see the two leaders on screen behind, Jessica Backman, now you can see to the left-hand side, by Backman's name, 0.1. That means she's only 1/10 behind Gary Donnelly, who is ahead of her, so she has a chance of a potential podium here. It would be an almighty lap to do it, but the last lap board's gone out. Let's focus on the two leaders. Adrian Renadan, is he going to go up the inside? Well, no surprise, Lamberell defends. Renadan goes to the outside, and he's going to try the outside again at turn 3. Now they head up towards turn 4, and oh, Renadan's got the run. Renadan's got the run. They're alongside going down towards turn 5, and Renadan up the inside of Lars Lamberell into turn 5, and Adrian Renadan takes the lead with half a lap to go. Renadan now has to try and defend to hold on, but Lars Lamberell gets him back. So Lamberell back into the lead. Can Renadan get the switch back? They're going to be side by side. Adrian Renadan backs out, and Lars Lamberell then 2 corners to hold on. Defends into the left-hand hairpin. Renadan to the outside. We haven't seen anyone take the win at the final corner yet, but will that change? Renadan goes for the outside. They're going to be side by side, but Lars Lamberell is going to take victory. Adrian Renadan finishes second. Third goes to Jordan Brown Nutley. Fourth to Gary Donnelly. Jessica Backman, she gained 14 places to finish 5th, and a very sportsmanlike. The two leaders there just shaking hands with each other. Lars Lamberell takes the victory, and Adrian Renadan, well, he almost He almost had me losing my voice as he went for the outside at the last corner. That would have been an almighty move if he'd been able to do it. But Lars Lamberel knew exactly what he had to do, and he took the win. Jessica Batman then, she finished 5th and gained 14 places. Dennis Mavlinoff was 6th. Joel DePuch 7th. Josh White was 8th. Josh Skelton was 9th. Jan Bouvier, he gained 15 places to finish 10th. And Zach Volk, well, he gained 22 places to finish 11th. What a drive from Zach Volk. There is then 13th through to 24th on your screens. Jack McCarthy was 12th. Everard gained 18 places to finish 13th. Roman Jalou gained 9. Van Berlo 15th. Biden Deek 16th. Miss Emily 17th. Daniel Makacek gained 10 to finish 18th. Then it was Dre Spring, Williamson, Stupinski, Croydon, Koshett,